Hello, everyone. In this lesson, we are going to focus on suffixes. We are going to talk about what suffixes are, how can we identify them, as well as what does each suffix represent. So let's start by defining a suffix. What are suffixes? Suffixes are a group of letters that are added to the ending of a root word that changes the meaning of the word. So, what is root word? A root word has no prefix or suffix attached to it. It is the most basic part of a word. The root part of this basis of the new word through the addition of the prefixes and suffixes. What do I mean? Here's an example of a root word. So here you'll find the root word is the word that has no prefix or suffix. So in this case, we have the word respect. This is the root word or the base word. Then if you look in the front of it, so the root word has its own meaning. When you respect someone, you respect them. You're listening, you're being kind, you're using kind words, you're interacting respectfully. That means you're not teasing, you're not bullying, you're not doing anything that would cause that person harm. You're using your proper social graces when you're around them. You're being respectful. Now, here I have respect, which is one word on its own. Then I have full. Full is the suffix. It says suffix is a part of the word that comes after the root word. So if I decide to add full onto respect, it becomes respectful. Now, when you're respectful, it means you're full of respect. That means you have respect. You're always respectful. You're always doing what you're supposed to do. But then here, I add a prefix, which is added to the beginning of the root word, and the whole word changes. It says a prefix is a word part that comes before the root word. So now I have disrespectful. Now, when you say somebody is disrespectful, it means that they're rude to you, they're unkind, they're not doing anything that would deem proper etiquette. Now, we have disrespect. If we did not have a suffix added to it, that's a word on its own. So, adding the prefix to a root word and also attaching a suffix to the word, it changes the meaning of the word. It can change a word from a noun to a verb to an adjective, just like that. So let's preview a couple of these. These are some common suffixes that I find in most of the things we read in an everyday life. So able. Looking at the suffix able means can be done. So preventable. That means it could have been prevented. Or ly, which is a characteristic of. So beautifully would mean it's very beautiful. How about the suffix ed? It's a past tense verb. So without the ed, it'll be laugh. Like I'm laughing right now. When you add the ed to laugh, you have laughed. That means I was laughing. I laughed yesterday. Laugh would be present tense. Laughed would be something you did before, which becomes past tense. How about the suffix shone? This means the action or process of, like celebrate. You add shone, you become celebration. So now it's a huge celebration and we're having lots of fun. Now, a sentence with this could be something like, they are having a celebration for the new townhouse that just opened down the street. How about meant? Meant means the action or result of, like a movement. A sentence with something like movement could be, she started to pull the pillow down and caught the movement in the mirror from the corner of her eye. An action, movement, something is happening. But then we look on the suffix called ness. This is a state or quality of. So I chose the word openness. Now, an example of openness would be, her warmth and openness disarmed him enough to take the edge off his anger. So, openness. And then we have the one that's most popular, plural, just S. One girl, more than one, girls. So we add an S. So these are simple plural, simple suffixes that we come across on a day-to-day, but knowing what our suffixes mean helps us to decode what our sentences mean. So let's continue. Now we are going to match each prefix or each suffix, to the name of the job. Now, I know that teach and becomes a job, teacher. Violin is an instrument, but the person who plays the violin would be called a violinist. Do you see that? Farm is a place that you could go to grow your crops. The person who's in charge of the farm is known as a farmer. And then we have conduct. To conduct is to do. The person who is conducting the orchestra could be known as a conductor. Now this one matches this one, a conductor. Now we have magic. Magic. We see magic happen. But the person that does the magic trick would be called a magician. Do you see how adding a suffix to the end of the word makes a difference? Now then we have art. We know lovely art. What about the person that does the artwork? We call them an artiste. Oh yes, adding a suffix to the end of the word makes a huge difference. How about edit? When you edit something, you make changes, right? How about the person that does all that work? He's called an editor. So this is how we use prefixes or suffixes daily to change what our words really mean. And finally, let's look at these. So we're going to match these suffixes to their meanings. So, all right, for example, we have one who does, able to be, full of, in direction of, one skilled in. So we're going to match these suffixes with what they mean exactly. So I know from the video earlier that able suffix is really, the definition is able to be, right? Now, I know full of would definitely match. Now, let's leave that one for a minute. I think I'm going to do that one with another one. How about us? Us. This suffix us. This suffix us would mean full of. So, it's conspicuous, curious, full of curiosity. How about the suffix er? ER would be matched to one who does. Did you get that right? Like lawyer, farmer. So it's the one who does. Now, director, somebody who directs. Then let's check on the suffix ist. Now, ist would be one who is skilled in, like a dentist, therapist. So then it leaves us with one more, the suffix ward, in direction of, windward, eastward, direction. So in this lesson, we learned about suffixes, how they change a word. We learned about what the suffixes really mean. When added to an occupation, we saw some common suffixes. And we also saw what it looked like when we have a root word and we add a prefix and a suffix, how it changes the meaning of that word. So in this lesson, you guys will focus on these concepts, use them in your everyday life, because knowing what a suffix means has all the difference in how you could tell a difference with a root word. Until next time, bye guys.